And also, I want to go live to the world. Please. Thank you. Oh, you don't want to. Oh, no, Moon. Be our friend.
No, Moon.
No, Moon. We were just talking about how much we enjoyed your presence. We weren't saying anything bad.
We didn't say anything negative about you. We love all the lessons that you bring.
Okay, we're going to try that again because I just pissed off the Moon. Oh my God. Try that again. Alexis, the uni wants to test me, tell ya.
What is it saying?
It just is just nothing. Just like, never mind.
Do you usually go live and it works?
Yep. Just give me a minute. Send it your mojo. Use your powers. Oh my God.
We're already recording here.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to just edit the beginning. Okay, girl. We're here. We're live. We're recording all the things.
Perfect.
So thank you for being back on the podcast.
Absolutely.
And you and I were just chatting because we're in the midst of this supermoon right now.
Yeah.
And to the listeners, you may or may not know all about moon stuff, but I would love to know who can feel it right now. What does it feel like to you, Alexis? What has it been like for you?
Yeah, this full moon was really intense. I, obviously with everything that's going on in the world right now, I feel like everything without something like this going on is already amplified. And then add a full moon, which, getting technical, is in the sign of Scorpio, which is about everything that's underneath and kind of like down in the depths is brought up to the surface. And that's definitely what happened for me. Yeah, it was intense, but you know what? In the moment when you're going through it, it's a lot, and it can be, it can bring upset. But I think after, when the wave kind of goes back out, you realize it's really what you needed.
Whoa.
Would you agree? How did you feel?
So much sense. It's not even funny.
Okay, good.
Oh my God. It's like everything's fine on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
The energy and like, it's like, no, it's not. Who are you pulling?
Nobody, you can't fake it. You can't fake it. Yeah, it just brings everything to the surface. Amazing. And at the end of the day, obviously, we all know that it's healthier that way.
Yes.
But it makes things a little bit messy.
Totally. So you're here. We're launching season 5.
Yeah.
Of the Ambitious Mama podcast. So here we are. And I don't know what season 5 is going to be about. And I'm definitely not going to say what I think it's going to be about, because when I launched season 4, I thought it was all about like level up, like Sierra's song, you know, like just like set and bigger.
Oh, you had the song in your head and everything.
You know, I was like, level up. But I think we are leveling up. It just wasn't in the way that I thought it was going to look. Right. So we're definitely like getting rid of the old. Anything that we knew is no longer, right? So it's like about pivoting and learning. And it's like, it really requires this, anyone who doesn't like change must be really having a hard time.
Yes.
I thrive in that. Like, I'm like, what's next? But I'm like, whoa, Lee, like this is, even for me, that's just
even
like,
for you, you're feeling it's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. And we definitely, myself and some of the women that I work with closely, we definitely embraced that level up and pivoted really quickly and created this daily power hour, right? Which has been really great. And it's just like, but it is like an intense kind of hour of coming together. We work out our bodies, we do something about mindset, and then we go into business moves.
I love that.
Right? So it's really actionable, really great for moms. But full disclosure, the other day, right when that full moon was coming up, right, super moon, I get on the call and I'm on deck to lead the meditation. Okay.
Yeah.
We did the fitness component and I'm like, all right, so now we're going to meditate. Supposedly I'm supposed to be leading this meditation. That's not going to work. And I start bawling in front of like 60 people.
What are we today? Saturday? I think I've cried every day since Wednesday, if I'm being completely honest. And sometimes it was just for no reason. And some of them were reasons, but it's a lot right now.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, the energy is really intense. Did you recover? What happened?
Well, the thing is you've seen what it was like when I'm just circling back to that time, you know, I don't know if you weren't quite in my life there, but I know you learned about it when I had the time with Curtis, you know, with postpartum. And for me to be such a doer and such an achiever and so ambitious, for the women who work close to me, for them, when they seen me fall, so to speak, and see me struggle, like it was inspiring in a different way, right? Yeah. So to all the beautiful women who were on live with me, like they were just like, we've got your back, right? And like, you know, Christa's having a moment and they all like rose to the occasion and they all like stepped into their leadership. But for myself, I just needed, I needed to work through it. And I'm still working through it, you know, it's just, it's a process. I called on our friend Colleen there.
Good.
So I'm working with her soon.
Good. She's the magic girl.
She's the magic girl. All right. So let's move into a little bit more about who you are, what you do. I know we covered that on the podcast that will always be in our archives.
I know.
So you guys, Alexis and I have been working together for years and just been really good friends for years. And we've gone on our own personal journey and also coming back to each other, which has been really cool too. So tell everyone what you've been up to in the last year and also your 2 new babies.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, so actually my 1-year anniversary for Home of Alita is on May 12th. So it's actually, like we said, perfect timing. So over the last year, I've been building my business called Home of Alita, where it's an online boutique where I offer women's clothing and natural and organic skincare. And I like to say that it's a place for women to comfortably express their femininity and just bring out what's already there. Anything that we're offering is not to change you, not to alter, just to enhance the beauty that's there, which I love. And then while all of that has been happening with Home of Alita and I've been growing that, I also had my son Leo. So he is almost 9 months old. I can't believe how fast the time is going. So yeah, the last year has just been, like you said, me bringing these 2 different babies into the world. So it's been a lot, but it's been, I would say, the most expansive year of my life so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So many levels, and I can't wait to meet little Leo in person.
Yes, he has quite the personality.
He's so cute. So when I see him, I see you, like just that big, beautiful, bright eyes, and just so adorable.
Thank you.
I have had the experience of shopping your store.
How did you like everything?
It's been incredible. Unfortunately, I haven't had any reason to wear anything.
Yeah, I know.
But that is coming and I totally can't wait. But also, like, there's just so much that you're doing that, just like you said, like, it's really about, like you've always, to me, always encompassed a beautiful sense of style and grace and just empowerment just in your energy when you're around other people. Like, it's really, and I see that really captured in the store.
Thank you. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that's what's coming through, for sure.
and I can't wait to see what's next. And, you know, I know you're navigating this season right now, but only expansions on the way for sure.
It is, for sure.
Now, I wanted to dive in a little bit into the talk of intuition.
Sure.
As you have definitely, from what I understand, developed that further over the last few years. It's something that's innate in all of us, right? And just a funny example is, so I was shopping at Alexis's store, and at the same time over the last week before, I was like Google searching Sephora and all these different places for makeup brushes. And what arrived in my package was also the gift of makeup brushes that you just somehow knew. It's like you were like Facebook, you know, who just tells me what to buy. Like,
yeah.
You know. So let's talk a little bit about intuition, because I think it's like, as women, we have it. I know we can also get into the topic of fear versus intuition and how to navigate that. So for anyone who's looking to strengthen their intuition, how should they start?
Wow, that's a great question. I think that intuition really starts with becoming still within yourself. And I think that intuition and meditation really do go together. But one thing that I've been learning for myself over the last few years in terms of meditation is that meditation doesn't always have to happen sitting on a pillow with your eyes closed, breathing. I actually find that some of my most meditative moments are when I'm out in nature. You can still be having that stillness when you're on a walk outside, when you're sitting in the morning having your coffee. So just really altering your belief system around meditation and what stillness means to you. So that, I think, is the first step in terms of developing your intuition, is listening more to what's happening inside here. And just like we were talking about with the moon and what that's kind of been bringing out, starting to become really honest with yourself about what's coming up. I would say the second thing that really has helped me grow my intuition is writing. Writing is huge. Getting everything down on paper that you're feeling, and just being free flowing with your writing. Just get out whatever you need to get out, and you will be really surprised what comes out on that paper. And a lot of the times it's the answers that you've been looking for. Usually you've been looking for these answers from other people, but I believe 100% that you know yourself better than anybody else. You know yourself better than anybody else. So you have to find those answers within yourself. Writing is a wonderful way. So yeah, I would say stillness and writing. And I think that it just comes down to being honest with how you've been feeling and listening to the messages that you're getting. Usually when your intuition comes through, it's a quiet and subtle voice. Whereas you mentioned fear is very loud. And
doesn't feel good.
Is unsettling. Exactly. Yeah, when you get an intuitive nudge or an intuitive hit, even if it's not necessarily like a positive message, I would say it definitely does allow you to feel settled, because you know it's true.
Yeah, it's very comforting.
Right.
It's like
kind of like a relief.
Yeah, it's like, here's the truth.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, pat, pat, right?
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. I might not like it, but
yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
But it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, listen to me. Yeah, so let's talk about just this whole idea, this conversation of self-doubt. So this moon, this situation we're in, just life in general on a regular day, different scenarios can come up where you doubt yourself. So I've really been leaning into this topic a lot, because it's like, as soon as we give doubt power, that's holding more control than us.
Right.
So I think, like, even what you're saying right now with it's like we have to take our power back, right? And it's like, I think as women, as intuitive as we are, we also want to fix things, right? So we're like, something's not right, gotta fix it. So, and I think sometimes things are not fixable. Take it away.
No, I agree with you. And all I'm hearing when you're saying this is control.
Yes.
So I think that especially during the time we're in now, where everything feels so out of control, we don't have any power over what's going on in the outside world. We're trying really hard to fix and control what's happening amongst us in our own lives. So in terms of self-doubt, I think when we're doubting things or trying to fix things, all we want to do is control what's happening. But I think a lot of the times the best thing you can do is try to let go.
Let it be.
And just let things play out how they're supposed to, whether it be with your job, with your relationships, or even with yourself. Like, if you're really feeling that self-doubt coming through strong, just close your eyes and say a little prayer, whatever it is that you believe in, whether it's God, universe, divine, source, whatever it may be, energy. It's way bigger than us. So just try to let go and let things take their course naturally. And usually better things happen that way than us trying to make it happen ourselves, if that makes sense.
So true.
Yeah.
And my last guest, Lindsay Umla.
Lindsay. So beautiful.
She's also been on an amazing journey herself in motherhood and self-discovery and, bringing her work to the world. But she referred to, and she was actually referencing a friend's way of looking at it. And it was like, I was asking her, I said, I thought, something recently came up and I thought I learned that lesson. Like, why is it back here, And she said that it was like a spiral staircase. So you're going up on the journey, you're learning, hopefully evolving, and you come back to that point. So you're there again, and it's like, why is this here again? But you're coming out of a different perspective.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I like her staircase analogy. I think I would use an onion. I think that as, yes, we are physical beings, but we are a soul. We're really spiritual beings having this experience from our soul. And our soul is so complex and so there's so many layers to it. So even though our soul learned that lesson once, and then you went on and learned other things in between the lesson, and then now it comes up again in the exact same situation or in the exact same person, and you're like, I thought I left you over there. What are you doing? What are you doing back here? But now exactly what you just said, you just come at it from a different perspective and it's a new layer. And even if you have to go through the same situation multiple times, just trust that it's bringing you new insight and just making you stronger.
Beautiful. All right. So let's see here. This podcast is called The Ambitious Mama. I'm all about like embracing ambition, right? I think as women, definitely ambition can be looked at as a negative thing, right? Very much like Reese Witherspoon, her series Shine On definitely encompasses all that this podcast is about. So when you decided to create your online store, that required some decision, some ambition, some willingness and, desire to find the steps. What did that look like?
Yeah. So deciding to open the store was something that I always had this idea and this want to have the store for many years. It was just a matter of timing. And then I came to a place in my life where I said, I I wanted to become clear on what I wanted for my future.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I had been pouring a little bit into a lot of other people's dreams for a long time and making their lives go smoother and their stuff go. And I wasn't putting any of that into myself. And I knew by that point in my life that I had, just like we were just talking about, I had like come upon this lesson so many times, and I didn't want to go through it the hard way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, what do I need to change here? And it was that I needed to put my ambition and my drive into my own creative venture.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, like we were talking about before, I got pregnant. And then that was just a whole other catalyst where I said, now is the time where I have to create this, because I want to be a great example and a motivator for my child to know that whatever he dreams of, he can do too. So it was just a no-brainer. It was the perfect timing. And even though I didn't feel like completely ready and know how to do it and put it together, I just kind of jumped and went for it. And I've, ever since the day I decided, I've been figuring it out as I go along.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I think so many moms make even better entrepreneurs once they have children.
Yeah.
Not you need to have children in order to.
No, not at all.
But I mean, it's such a motivating force.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I ask any female mom entrepreneur, like, what is your why? What is your driving force? 9 out of 10 times, I'm pretty sure it is their children. And it sounds very simple, right? Yeah, I'm like, it's for my children. Yes, but it's so much deeper than just financially providing.
Oh yeah, way more.
Right? It's really about like as an entrepreneur, like you are faced with like it in a regular season.
On the daily, yeah.
There are challenges, there are pivots, there is heartbreak, there is all of the things. And it's this resilience and this grit and this drive that you're able to overcome and surpass and become stronger and grow and set goals. Like it's I don't know if entrepreneurship is for everyone necessarily, but I do think in this day and age there is an opportunity to have an entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
And to approach your career or your side hustle or whatever it is with really this entrepreneur mindset, because it's such a great, it's like a personal development, ending course that is.
If you want to do some self-development, just decide to start your own business.
Yep, pretty much. Everything from emotional intelligence to relationship building to the resilience, all those things. It's all, I mean, night and like, I'm not even remotely the same person I was 12 years ago when I really dove into this journey.
Oh no.
And I hope not, right?
Yeah, even from when we first met, like neither of us is anywhere near the same. And I think it's a lot, being an entrepreneur has everything to do with using your gut and your instinct every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is next for you? So if you were to, I know we're not, planning is an interesting game right now, but if you were to set some intentions and, kind of have a few things of where you'd like to be in like a year from now, where would you like to take your life, the store, everything?
Yeah. For Home of Alita, I just want to focus on growing it as much as I can. I want to reach as many people as I can, and keep making women feel as beautiful as I can. And then I want to keep growing as a businesswoman, whether that's with courses or books or just everyday personal development on myself. In a year, I don't think I'm ready for a brick and mortar store, but eventually in the future, that's something that I want. I really love that human to human interaction. And I love having that connection with people. So that's important to me sometime in the future. And developing classes and workshops is also something that I want to work into Home of Alita and the brand as a whole.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I look forward to participating and learning from you. And
Yeah.
the last question is, what does Alita mean? Why did you name it Home of Alita?
Yeah, so Alita is a name that I was thinking of when I was pregnant, if I was going to have a girl. And I loved it because it means of high excellence or winged one, like an angel. So I already loved the name, and then I looked up the meaning of it, and it was obvious. Yeah.
I think you should have a daughter and name her that. That's so
yeah. We'll see. We'll see what the universe has in store. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh my gosh. Okay, amazing. Any closing words to send these mamas on their way in season 5?
Yeah, I know. It's so many things.
Breath.
First, I want to say, and I'm going to get emotional. I know that right now has been so crazy for so many moms and dads. But what I want to say is I know for a fact that everybody is doing the best they can. And I think all the mamas out there who are being ambitious and going for it and trying to chase their dreams while creating and building humans is like the most amazing thing you can do in the world. So I know you're all doing amazing things, and I know I'm here for support if anybody ever needs it.
Me too.
And that's it. Just keep going. This is not going to be forever, and just use this time to reflect on what you want when we can go back out into the world and keep killing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, thank you. It feels so weird. It's my first one, but happy Mother's Day to you too.
Have a great Mother's Day with your mama and
Thank
Leo.
you.
Lots of love, honey. Thank you for being here with us.
Love you so much.
Love you too. Bye, everybody.